Hello and welcome back to the Lane Changers series. Today's is about Faren Bogach, and I've entitled it The Fast Lanes of Lawyering. Faren Bogach's lane leap from equity partner in a 100-plus lawyer Toronto firm to start her own construction law firm as a 39-year-old mother of three is nearly unheard of. Lawyers are paid to spot risk and then help clients avoid them. Is it any wonder then that many of us lawyers and ex-lawyers make decisions like we're teetering on a railless ledge 1,000 feet over a pit of alligators? But no hurtling into the mouth of an alligator for Faren. Her firm, Construct Legal, is a hit. How'd she get there? Stay tuned. For 2 decades, Faren cruised easily past all the signposts on the one-lane highway that many young lawyers travel. High school, undergrad, law school, articling at a small Toronto firm, much coveted hire back, and then the switch to a big Toronto firm as a 2-year call. Lawyers identify themselves from the time they become lawyers, as though it's a rebirth of sorts. At the big firm, Faren thrived, making partner by 34. But Faren wasn't just ticking the boxes on that professional front. She'd married her university boyfriend, bought a house in Midtown where she'd grown up, and had 2 children. Each achievement wasn't just important to Faren, it was also a good fit for her high-achieving family. Faren has a lawyer brother and a surgeon sister, and their father is the former head of both Credit Union Central and the Tarion Warranty Company. Their stay-at-home mother always impressed upon her daughters the need to be self-supporting and achieve their maximum potential. Faren was doing just that, thank you very much. I met Faren chatting quietly at the back of a courtroom more than a decade ago as we waited for our respective cases to be heard. I often gravitated to the other women in the courtroom, especially the younger ones in big firms, curious about the life they aimed for that was so different from anything on my horizon. I'm pretty sure Faren told me that her career in big law was exactly her destiny. She interested me because big law and her area, construction litigation, seemed disconnected from her more progressive side. You see, like her dad, Faren was interested in cooperatively run businesses, even being on the board of Alterna Credit Union, where she is again a director. Faren put her all into fitting into the role of junior equity partner. She nurtured and created an environment for those in her immediate orbit to thrive, achieving the name Faren Godmother. At the partner meetings, though, she knew she had a long way to go before she'd have any real authority to make change. Lawyering trains even the meekest to question things that are wrong and take steps to make them right. But when she tried to do so, Faren was swimming upstream against an insurmountable current. She had no choice but to change her attitude or leave. Faren left. You have to understand, lawyers don't accomplish all that Faren achieved before 40 and then chuck it and start from scratch, especially with small kids. And if they do, they become sole practitioners working in areas like family, criminal, or real estate law, areas with individual clients where you can build a manageable practice slowly. Construction law is a world of institutional clients with long-term relationships with big firms where there are lawyers who can meet their wide range of legal needs. All my lane changes have involved a lot of shoulder checking in the form of spreadsheets, as well as leaving trails of breadcrumbs back to my prior lives. When it comes to spreadsheets, Faren's experience was no different. She'd developed a solid book of business at the firm, and so her spreadsheet was a list of her clients and the percentage likelihood each would follow her of their own accord. It was a guessing game, though. With no way to ease into the lane, she had to make a sharp lane change, since signaling her plan to her clients would breach her partnership agreement. There was no way to leave breadcrumbs back, either. With a little money saved and a new computer on her home desk, she hung out her virtual shingle. A testament to Faren's ability to maintain relationships, 100% of her former clients joined her at Construct Legal, including a couple of big public institutions. So did a law clerk from her firm, now her chief of everything, and a couple of junior lawyers, a nod to Faren's management reputation too. It wasn't a big surprise to me when Faren let me know she was starting her own construction law firm. Those credit union roots had always made me question how she could be happy in a big firm. When I interviewed her, though, I was curious. What did other people think? Not surprisingly, her parents wondered whether she had a clue what she was doing, leaving without anything. Her very risk-averse husband was supportive, though, probably thinking the things she wasn't. That worst case, Faren could get a job at another firm or in-house with a client. Lawyers never starve. Other lawyers assumed she was leaving to achieve the elusive work-life balance that big law routinely fails to provide, especially to those women who defy the odds and have children. Junior lawyers in the firm were disappointed with her decision to leave. They were benefiting from Faren's commitment to mentorship. Mentoring and shifting the needle on law firm culture is something she'd already become known for through her LinkedIn posts. A course on client development early in her career encouraged her to post anything to increase profile. Although she found it cringy at first, her regular posts sharing her own experience as a younger lawyer have resulted in an enviable 10,000 plus LinkedIn follower list. She's happy the increased profile brings her business, but it's more important to her that by sharing her experiences, people feel less alone. Her most read posts are about her mat leaves, including the one about returning to work after 6 months and having to navigate firm politics to get the privacy necessary to pump breast milk. Faren also posts about the innovative ways Construct Legal operates, including maximum annual billable hours, most firms establish minimums, profit sharing, and empowering her lawyers to follow their instincts on taking clients or firing them if the relationship is tanking. All that and more contributes to the very low turnover at Construct. Faren's proud she's helping change policies at other law firms too, making things a little easier for others in the profession. Is there a downside to being the big cheese at her own firm? Well, yes, sometimes she's forced to deny things of her staff because she has to keep an eye on the bottom line. No more Faren godmother. She also has to make difficult decisions about clients. She recounts a particularly toxic situation with a client. She sought support from law coach Doran Gold, who helped her decide to fire the client even though Construct Legal was only a few months old, and losing this particular client was going to make things tight financially. She's grateful now for the experience. With that tough one under her belt, nothing seems daunting anymore. Does Faren Bogach have any regrets about her decision? Not a one. If we turned back the clock, she'd do it all over again. Is this Faren's last lane? Nope. She knows as much fun as she's having, the lane will come to an end, and her new lane will be teaching. She'd like to redirect her coaching aptitude from young lawyers to young kids. I feel quite certain if Faren says she's going to do it, she will. Thanks for watching.